So I'm back from my piss, so I'm ready for part two. Are you ready for part two,
I
Sam?
am as ready as I'll ever be. I'm almost out of my
Yeah.
beers.
What?
Yeah, I had four for the last one. I got two left.
I guess that's the advantage of me just having like a little mini fridge in my
Yeah,
room.
I just
I
stacked
could
them
just pull
all
out
out
my
on my desk, hoping they were gonna get too warm.
Yeah, I always got liquor just in my room. I always got Chase in my mini fridge. Ready to
Not
go.
an alcoholic,
I'm just efficient.
honestly.
All right. I think a couple other stories I wanted to delve into that are very related to what we're talking about. At my last job I worked at, the question got brought up: what is the most drinks you've had in a day, in a 24-hour period? Like, what is your answer, Sam?
God, man, because like some of them you make pictures and you don't know how many measured drinks are in a certain pitcher or whatnot.
Yeah, you gotta kind of like ballpark estimate.
Probably because I was never a big beer guy back in the day. I want to
Yeah.
say probably 20, 30 drinks of liquor. Maybe.
So when I was asked this question, the first guy answered. He goes, probably like 2 beers. And I was
What?
like, oh,
What?
buddy. Oh, buddy. I'm scared to answer now. Next guy goes, probably like 8 drinks. I was like, oh, man, what the Next guy goes 16. I'm like, we're getting somewhere. Now it's my turn to answer. I'm like, well, what about you, James? And I was like, definitely at least 30.
Yeah.
And they're like, how is that even possible? I'm like, I went prom camping, and so, like what I said, I definitely cracked those, like, 12 beers in the morning. By the time I got to lunch, I had opened my 2.6, and before dinner, I had polished off my 2.6.
God damn.
And then I had drinks from other people that were given to me. And around dinner time, I had all those fucking extra vegetables I had bought from the night
Of
before.
course.
And so I'm just handing them. I'm like, what am I going to do with like 6 grams of vegetables? So I'm just handing them out. I'm literally like, I am going to make vegetable burgers. Does anyone want some? And there's like 5 people that wanted some. So we all just had our vegetable burgers. So then I was having a good time. There's a little like rave thing going on. Then I remember very distinctly being in this random guy's car doing Fun Dip,
Wow.
and no clue who he was. And we're just having Fun Dip, talking about like depressed shit in our lives. I think this was the origin of Sunday nights.
Could have been.
Because at this point, it was Sunday morning. It would have been like 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. And yeah, so we just kind of talked about our lives. We were walking down to the beach. And then we came back, finished off the booze, and at this point, I'm in my reserve alcohol, my bag wine,
The bag.
the jiggly little bag.
God, the nipple.
And I don't want to bring this home, so I'm just like, I polish maybe like a quarter of this bag off, and I'm walking around. I'm like, does anyone want some wine? And everyone's like, nah, I've had too much. I gotta drive in the morning. It's like, please, I don't want the bag. I don't know how I got rid of the bag. Someone took it. Bless their soul.
Bless their heart. Bless their liver.
But I have no clue what happened to Tom the whole weekend, because I bunked with him, but I have no clue where he was half the time.
And Tom...
I think I was just too fucked up on my own shit.
Tom's not a big drinker. That's the thing.
Yeah, we learned that Tom doesn't like alcoholics.
If you drink a little bit, if you drink a couple drinks a week or a drink a night, apparently you're an alcoholic. Or even if you fucking drink on the weekend, you're an alcoholic. So that's our buddy Tom.
That's Tom. Yeah, so Monday, no, it was Sunday morning. Sunday morning rolls around, and everyone's like hungover as shit, and basically a bunch of people leave their tents. They're like, I don't give a shit, I'm gonna leave the tent. They fuck off. looking back on it, I should have just like stole all these people's tents and like sold them.
Yeah. Money moves.
I think that was like the
Pull a real Cardi B. You gotta blank that out now.
Yeah.
You gotta blank that out now.
Fuck, you're right.
God. You can't disclose that information.
Shit. And yeah, Tom should not have drove home.
No, probably
I
not.
remember being passed out in the back. Like, so many things in my vegetables, alcohol in my system, nicotine poisoning,
God.
just dying in the back seat. And I remember waking up at one point when Tom almost got T-boned by somebody.
Oh.
Because he was not paying attention to the road. He was hungover as shit driving. And somehow I made it home. And yeah, that was prom camp. That was definitely, I think that weekend was absolutely the most fucked up I ever got. Because that was like almost 48 hours straight being fucked up.
God damn.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no hangover if you keep drinking, so.
Exactly.
God, I feel like I should segue into my favorite alcoholic concoction.
Yeah, over the years we've made some pretty good drinks.
You know, there's some good liquors that go well together. You know,
Yeah, we've made some good cocktails over the years.
made some bad cocktails over the years.
This was a good idea at
Started off
first.
promising.
And then,
So, I don't know the recipe for Hawaiian Hitters off by heart.
oh buddy, I got it on my phone.
So while you get that set up, Hawaiian Hitters is when we started drinking it, we were like, man, this is great as a shot. It's great as a cocktail. You know, we were like, it's pretty fucking good.
But what it was so great about it was what it tasted like.
And what did it taste like?
A Baja Blast.
It literally tasted like a Baja Blast.
Dead on.
And what was it made out of? For the viewers at home that want to try it.
All right. This is my recipe. This is Sam and I's recipe for Hawaiian Hitters.
It's pretty good.
Was
pretty good.
1.5 was good. 1.5 ounces of vodka, 1 ounce of blue curacao, 1 ounce of peach schnapps, 1 ounce of pineapple juice, half an ounce of lime juice, and shake this up. And you can enjoy this as a shot, but if you want it as a cocktail, after shaking, pour it into a cup and then top up with some ice and Sprite and garnish with a lime.
Sounds great.
Sounds great.
You know? So, I had this once before as a shot. I thought, man, pretty good. So, I went up with Dan, just him and I, for a weekend up north to, James's place in the north. And...
Well, it wasn't...
Sorry?
Was it just you two?
It was just us. Because
Okay.
this is the stand-up fan situation.
Oh my god.
So we're all chilling. We're like, fuck, let's make the Hawaiian Hitters. Let's make it the drink. So we pour it all together. We add a little bit of extra shit.
Before you continue, we all consented. All three of us consented.
Polishing off a
to
pitcher.
Drinking this drink.
Yeah, to polishing off a pitcher.
Yes. Now continue.
So we made a little extra as well. Like nothing that would change the flavor too much. We added some like absinthe and shit like that in it just to.
We did have absinthe. I still have that bottle.
Just to get a little more hammered,
Yeah.
So we pour this concoction. We pour the 3 red Solo cups going, and
we go out for
a smoke. And I give a cup to Dan. James has a cup. I have a cup. We start drinking. It's pretty good, pretty enjoyable. Having a great time, loving it. Dan takes like 3 sips. And then he's like, "Yeah, I can't drink this."
And it's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Like
right
we
now?
probably got another 2.5 liters in a fucking jug, chilling inside.
God. And now it's up to fucking Sam and
Now I've always had
finish this.
I've always had this thinking. My family has embedded this into my fucking head. How if you spill alcohol or if you don't finish alcohol, that goes in your bucket, okay? And your bucket is a huge bucket, unlimited size bucket. But all the liquor, beer, whatever the hell you pour into, like you spill in your life or throw out in your life, it gets put in a bucket. And when you die, you have to drink the bucket. And if you can finish it, you go to heaven. If you don't, you go to hell. So,
Okay, my question is with the
what's
bucket.
your question?
Does the liquor age?
No, it does not.
Age? So like, like if you spilt like beer, does the beer like is it like moldy sitting on top when you go to drink the bucket? Oh, okay.
I like thinking about like a wormhole effect. As soon as it gets thrown out or spilled, it gets immediately transported into the bucket in the condition it is not aging.
So what you're saying is the bucket is like basically just the end of King's Cup,
it is,
but for your life.
It is the end of King's Cup, but for your life.
Man, I would love this. I am the type of person that whenever we play King's Cup, I always have to try.
Oh, you have to.
And I always end up being the one drinking it.
Because the person that
even
actually
though I
loses is too much of a pussy to fucking finish it.
Like, why'd you agree to the game then?
God. Anyways, so yeah, Dan's just like, I can't drink this. You know, we're like, what the fuck? We got 2.5 fucking liters in a pitcher, just chilling. He's like, yeah, I can't. No, I'm not drinking it. And then I just look at James, and I'm like, what the fuck? We're gonna have to fucking finish this. So we start pouring drink after drink after drink, getting fucking disgusted by this. We
oh man, like it was like cuz so I'm going to admit to something here because it's Sunday night.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get deep here with you guys.
Getting deep, getting personal.
Getting real personal. So when I was a child,
I
used to eat as a snack. I used to go to my pantry and I used to get just scoops of sugar, put it in a plastic little Tupperware, and then I used to just sprinkle some cinnamon on, mix that up, put it in a bowl, and just get a spoon, and I would just eat that as a snack.
That's probably less sweet than a Hawaiian hitter.
And so that's what developed for me later in life, why I hated the taste of sugar so much.
Yeah. Goddamn.
Hawaiian hitters, pre-warning if anyone makes this, they are incredibly sugary.
Very sugary.
Not that bad when you're doing a shot because you're not doing like 50 of them.
God.
If you're just doing 1 or 2, it's not too bad. But when you're doing a whole pitcher,
you know, I actually think at this point in my life, I could try it again. I feel like it isn't anywhere as bad as tequila for the aftermath.
It's gonna be like tequila. You're gonna smell it and you're just gonna yak right into it.
I didn't yak with the Hawaiian hitter though. That's the thing.
But you will now.
God, man, I'm hoping not. Anyways, so yeah, we ended up finishing this fucking thing, and at the end, we just
it took a
pure hatred for Dan, man. Like, and like
it felt like a social experiment.
That's a lot of money in booze too, and you can't just fucking pour that out.
A lot of money in booze, and just the fact that like he wasn't drinking it, and like I was convinced that there was some kind of scientist that was behind his decision to see like how much we would like hate him as our tribesmen and resent him.
There's a lot of resentment.
Oh yeah,
huge amounts of resentment. Anyways,
not a good hangover.
Not a good hangover.
Pretty bad.
That was a lot too. Like you think back to it, you're like, that is a lot of liquor we consumed just in that short fucking like hour and a half that we finished it. Because like near the end, we were just fucking pouring it down in our fucking gullets because we just didn't want to drink it anymore.
Oh yeah, I remember because though I gave the recipe, we didn't follow the recipe when we made the pitcher. We kind of just did our own ratios. But I remember when we were getting like halfway done the pitcher, just chain smoking so that I didn't have to have any taste buds anymore, so I could just fucking down this shit.
God, man. And like, I didn't want to get that fucked up that point in time, but like at the same point, we're not gonna leave this hanging around.
Yeah, it's the fact that like we had our mindset of like what we were going into, so we knew what we were going into, and it was changed all of a sudden. And now we had to, like, be fucking men and annihilate this pitcher.
It's just not a good time.
No.
I feel like that is the Hawaiian hitter cocktail mix. Try it at home. Try a pitcher by yourself.
Yeah, let us know what you think about the recipe.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's very similar to another cocktail, but I can't remember what cocktail.
Porn star? It's similar to a porn star.
No,
but
no.
Near as enriched.
No. Anyways, Um,
I think we should wrap it up with your final story, right?
yeah, you think
I
so?
think so.
I think we'll see how it goes.
See how it goes.
So when I was at university, I had not a drinking problem whatsoever.
You had a problem drinking.
I had a problem drinking, and we had a good group going. We would play a lot of drunk Jenga. We learned this one game. I don't want to say the name of the game because it's such a good underground game.
Yeah, you don't want to just...
It's great, but it's great for drinking.
Oh, it's phenomenal for drinking.
And so we were playing so many drinking games. And Sam, I'm gonna tell you the alcohol I started my day off with.
Jaeger.
4 Loco.
Oh man, I have a buddy going to the States right now, and he's in the States, and he's bringing me 4 Loco.
Oh, can you tell him to bring me
I
one?
will.
I will pay a ridiculous amount to taste hand sanitizer flavored once again.
Actually, we have a mutual friend who's also going to the States in March. That he's bringing me back some 4 Loco as well.
Oh, do we?
We'll chat more about that later, but
Okay.
yeah.
But anyway, so this was back when, so I was 18 at the time, so I couldn't buy alcohol in Ontario. So legally, I had to go buy it in Quebec.
Yes.
And so I'd have to take like a 10-minute bus over to Quebec, and there was this one corner store that sold 4 Locos, because in Ontario at that point, they did not sell 4 Locos. And so it was like you got like 4 Locos for like $8.
Stellar.
Fucking deal. Stellar deal. And so I had bought 4, but I drank 1. And then once that one had settled, I was really into the phase of drinking sparkling rosé for some reason.
Got to be that guy.
But I had got my sister to go get it because she was like 20 whatever at the time, and she lived in Ottawa as well. So she would go to the Lickbo, and she brought me my sparkling rosé. I'm fucked up on my 4 Loco. I downed the whole bottle in probably like half an hour. And I'm feeling fucking great. I'm like, hell yeah. We're done playing our games, and it's like probably like 10 of us, and we're like, we ready to go to the bar in Quebec? And we're like, hell yeah. Walking down the hallway, I get to the elevator, I hit the close button. The doors close. The moment they close, I blink. I open my eyes, and I'm now in between Ottawa and Quebec on a bridge.
Oh.
I have no clue how I got there. And everyone's just like screaming at each other. And I'm just looking around, and I'm like, how the fuck did we get here? And it's like, James, like, we've told you this 5 times. We got on the wrong bus, so we got off. Now we're waiting for the next bus. I'm like, how the fuck did we get on the wrong bus? If anyone lives in Ottawa, they know there's like one bus that takes you to fucking Gatineau.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know how 10 people fucked this up. And then I remember blinking again, opening my eyes, and now entering this bar. No clue the name of it, but it was like bicycles or some shit. And then I remember sitting down and like kind of like coming in and out. Actually, no. That's a lie. I remember getting off the bus, and I was blinking a lot. And every time I blinked, I was moving 10 feet at a time to the bar. Very strange experience.
God damn.
And then when I got to the bar, we sat down, we got some nachos, and I decided to order a martini because I was like, I've always wanted to try a martini.
Was it worth it?
I didn't get a dirty martini, so I didn't know anything about martinis at the time. I much prefer dirty martinis. This was just like a straight vodka martini, and it tasted like hand sanitizer. But I'm like, fuck it. Same as you, the bucket. I ain't gonna waste it. I drink the whole thing, and then my buddy's like, you want to split on a pitcher? I'm like, fuck yeah. The first sip of beer, I just immediately, I'm like, oh no. Just all over the back patio.
Oh.
Vomit everywhere. My roommate's like, I'm going to take you home. Cab ride home. I was just the whole time like, man, please just don't throw up. Don't throw up. Don't throw up. Eventually made it home, but when the cab pulled up, I remember opening the door, and I was like, fuck, and just right out the cab. maybe like just a tiny little bit went into the cab. Fucking cab driver's just screaming at me.
God damn.
Screaming at me like, what the fucking, what are you doing? Like, you fucking, you're in my fucking back seat. And I was like, buddy, like, blah, blah, blah. My roommate's like, what the fuck do you want? Just fucking screaming at him, like, just throwing $20 in his face, like, fuck you, get out of here. And just like, okay, whatever. So we rushed back up to the room, passed the fuck out. And yeah, that was like, that was a very distinct one of blacking out, because it was a lot of very in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out.
Yeah.
And that was the one where I was telling you where, like, I saw photos of me while I was blacked out, and I'm like, what? Like, I have no memory of this. Like, how? And you're just looking at the photo, and you're trying in your brain to search for the memory, but it's not there, and the photo's not helping you, and it's just making you, like, trip balls, and not a good time.
God damn. Yeah, I'm not a fan of blacking out, man.
Yeah, like, I think that was honestly the last time I blacked out.
I think how I'm going to wrap up my stories is, and I'm going to need your assistance with this story.
Because, yeah, this is... I think this story is a good way to end.
I think so.
Okay, let's...
So, this was, shockingly enough, another Canada Day.
Okay.
You know, a lot of Canada Days, but, you know, it checks out.
It's the trilogy of Canada Days.
So this is when we went up north. Way up north.
Back when I lived in a absolute shithole that we're not going to name.
Third world city.
But there's a Starbucks, so it's a city.
Oh, of course. And there's a Taco Bell now, so it's a city.
This is a highway town.
This is more than just a highway town. It's a shithole highway town.
A fucking meth head riddled little crap hole.
God. So this is when we went up north for Canada Day. And I'm just going to skip right to the night of the party.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Wake up that day. I make some sweet rum punch. You know, it's... I guess I should preface this by saying it's, you know, me, James, Dan, Tom, and Ryan to start it off.
Yeah.
You know, later we'll get with Anna, Renee, Susan, and Aiden.
Yeah, a lot of fucking people in this story.
A lot of fucking people.
Don't worry about the names. It's the actions.
It's the actions. So it's irrelevant right now. But yeah, right now at the house, it's just... Well, I guess Renee was there. It was, you know, me, James, Renee, Ryan, Dan, and Tom. So, you know, we start off the day. I made some rum punch, my uncle's recipe. Holy crap, is it good, man. We finish off probably a good 2 pitchers before we head over to the garage where we're going to be drinking.
Yeah,
drinking, you know,
and there was a lot of
listening to music.
A lot of day drinking as well.
Well, you have to.
No, of course.
But no, so we go over to the garage.
Yeah, we were walking over.
we were safe. I forgot we walk over to the garage.
That was, man, that's when you really learned who could walk fast in the group and who I would leave behind in a zombie apocalypse.
We were also carrying quite a bit of fucking booze and shit in a cooler.
The classic walking with the bag and the bottles clinking, like clink, clink, clink.
Yeah, like, where are you going, sweetie?
Don't worry
the library. Yeah, so we ended up walking, what was it, 2 kilometers?
Yeah, it's about a 2-kilometer walk, yeah.
Yeah, so we walked 2 kilometers with a cooler, all this shit, like, what the fuck? Yeah. And get to the garage. Dan's like, I'm gonna get a tattoo. I'm gonna get a fucking tattoo from fucking Susan.
Susan does tattoos. Like, she's covered in tats. She got her tattoo gun. And she was just... she was there with her tattoo set. And so that's why...
Very intimidating person.
Very intimidating person.
Incredibly intimidating
From the same hometown as us.
Shockingly enough.
Yeah, and yeah, Dan was just like, yeah, I'll get a tattoo tonight.
And then, so we were getting set up, drinking, mixing stuff, you know, more rum punch, of course. We were all sitting down in the garage, of course, garage drinking.
Yeah.
And
this was
sat on the couch.
This was good garage drinking, though.
100%. We played around a King's Cup so we can get more fucked up.
Mm-hmm. We played some Ride the Bus.
We did play some Ride the Bus. That's where I learned Ride the Bus.
Oh, that was, yeah.
That was. And then Dan's like, okay, Susan, you want to go in, do this tattoo? You know, I got the money, let's do this. And then Tom just straight up goes, "Yo, bro, I think I'm gonna go watch their tattoo. Like, dude, it's so cool. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go watch."
I just want to pause and say, one thing I've learned from Susan is do not get a fucking tattoo while you're drunk.
No, apparently the blood thins.
Yeah, you bleed a lot.
Oh man, there's a story about blood thinning with alcohol at a hospital. Anyways,
yeah, Tom.
all in
Tom
due time.
really
All in due time.
wanted to go watch this tattoo get done. I don't know why.
I don't know why.
Because around the same time, enter our new character, Chad.
Aiden. And Chad.
Aiden.
Chad and Aiden. Aiden was there.
Aiden was there. What did you want to say about Aiden before Chad showed up?
Oh, I was just shooting the shit with Aiden. He's a trades guy. I'm a trades guy. You know, he thought I was the coolest shit because I'm in the trades and nobody else is in the trades. And he's very stereotypical blue-collar trades
His
man.
entire personality revolved around the trades.
Which, more power to you, but like, holy fuck, live a little.
Yeah, and this guy, about our age, just consumes an ungodly amount of twisted tea.
Just nothing but twisted tea.
I swear, this man goes through like 48 twisted teas in 24 hours.
At least.
Like, he's always holding a fucking twisted tea in his hand.
It's ridiculous.
So we got some twisted teas out of it.
We did. Quite a bit.
So now does Chad enter the story?
Well, I was gonna say just a quick little bit, you know, when
Sorry, I'm jumping the gun. I'm really excited for Chad to enter.
Yes, Chad is phenomenal. I'll let you describe Chad when I get there. Okay. Just one little bit. So, you know, while Dan, Tom, and Susan are doing the tattoo, whatever the fuck they want to do, I'm chilling out on the couch with, you know, Anna and James and Ryan. You know, we're all listening to some folk music, having a good time.
Oh God! No.
Pounding back some fucking beers. You know, rum punch is almost gone.
Yep.
The Kraken bottle we brought, the 40 of Kraken, that's gone.
Yep.
You know, beers, ciders, whatever the fuck else we brought.
Starting
gone.
to run
Cold
low
shots
on booze
gone.
here.
Really running low.
Yeah.
Like, we're all having a good time. We're all singing. We're all clapping, except for Ryan.
Ryan's just not about it.
Ryan, I asked Ryan, why aren't you singing? Why aren't you clapping? I said, why aren't you singing? Oh, I can't sing. Why aren't you clapping? Oh, my hands hurt. Like,
and he's even questioning us. He's like, why are you guys singing?
Like, why are you having a good time?
Why aren't you singing? Like this. God.
Anyways, so while we're trying to have a good time, but there's parasites leeching us. Parasites leeching the fun out of us. Yeah, flash forward or flashback to inside where the tattoo's happening.
Yeah, so we learned this after the fact that
we did
that. So Dan and Susan are sitting at the table, and Susan's given the tattoo, and he got in this little silly tattoo, and so the table's a little wobbly, so they're being careful with it. And fucking Tom just keeps, like, slamming his drink on the table. And Susan's like, hey, yeah, you can watch this tattoo be done and all, but I'm gonna have to ask you to stop being a dumb fucking cunt and slamming the table. And he's like, oh, sorry, won't happen again. And he just keeps getting up from the table and sitting down, just boom, 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 just fucking slamming it every time. And, like, God, just no awareness to his surroundings and a tattoo being done on a table that's fucking wobbly.
We both know what kind of guy fucking Tom is.
So that's another day.
That's another Sunday night. Sunday night. God. Okay, so would you like to describe Chad?
Lo and behold, the man I was ready for.
The heavenly figure comes up from us outside of the shadows.
Our garage door was a bit open where we were at, and this fucking handsome man comes through. Sup, fuckers? And we're like, goddamn, who the fuck is this guy? And they're like, Chad! And we're like, who's Chad? And Chad's the neighbor next door who apparently shows up like once every like 4 months.
Yeah.
And Chad's like fucking getting along with everybody. Just this man.
He's also pretty fucking shit-faced.
Oh, he's drunk as fuck too. But this man, like, you can get along with just instantly. Like, he's just such a chill vibe. Really easygoing dude. And he's like, yo, where the fuck's Aiden? I was told I got a shotgun a twisted tea with him. And so they go wake Aiden up or stop his sexy times with his girlfriend. Get him out of his room. He's like, oh, Chad. And they go and they shotgun a twisted tea. And Chad's like, yo, I'm like having a party tonight. If you guys want to come on over and join. And we're all just kind of like, fuck yeah, is it cool if we could? He's like, absolutely, absolutely. You're friends of my friends, like, come on over. And so we're like, all right, we got to get some more drinks in us before we go over. And
so we polish off everything we
pretty much
have.
Everything that's left that we brought, we just finish off.
You know, just simple, quick, efficient.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, tattoo's not done yet.
Yeah.
And but
so
we're just gonna head over.
Dan tells us, like, listen, when I'm done the tattoo, I'll meet you guys over. And did Tom initially come?
Tom joined us. Tom initially
did join us. Okay. Just trying to make sure I'm correct here on the timeline.
Yes.
Almost dropped my cap there.
That would have been pretty bad.
That would have been very bad. Guess I would have had to finish the bottle. And so, do you want me to tell this, or do you want to tell it?
I would love for you to.
You want me to tell it? Okay, perfect.
I would love it.
Oh god. Okay, so we're finally ready to go over, and I think at the time, Anna and Renee might have already gone, or no, I think Renee stayed back.
No. Renee did stay back.
And
Renee
was watching the tattoo, and I think Anna and maybe Aiden went over, and so
I feel like they joined after us shortly.
Maybe. Anyways, someone was already there before us, so we just kind of awkwardly, like, do we knock? Do we, like, enter? And so we're walking up the steps thinking this, and fucking Ryan just fucking smacks me, like, right in the fucking chest. Are we sure we want to be doing this right now? Like
guys, fuck COVID,
fuck
am I
COVID,
right?
am I right? Like, and at the time, don't get me wrong, it was
pretty peak.
There was a pandemic, but, like, we have already interacted with, like, 30 people that day. So I'm like, who gives a fuck? I'm going in. If you want to stay out, be my guest.
Like, we've already risked as much as we can. Like, Chad was the host, so if anything, he definitely would have fucking gone.
Exactly. So I just opened the door and walked in, and I remember Ryan just kind of like, and then followed behind. And, man, like, I lived on this street for the past 2 years, and at the time, like, I wasn't living there anymore. But I never knew that there was, like, such a beautiful house on the same shitty-ass ghetto street that I lived on for 2 years.
As soon as we walk in, Chad's immediately like, hey, glad you made it. You guys want a house tour?
Damn
and boy,
fucking straight.
I will tell you, holy shit, what a nice fucking house
Beautiful
in a
kitchen.
shithole of a town.
Great living room.
The bathroom, man.
You know when you have a nice bathroom, you have a nice house.
God, man.
The basement had, like, a bar. Like,
the bar, like a big bar, too.
Every bedroom was, like, a nice big size. Like, this was, like, the only house in this shitty-ass town that had AC. Like, this town was...
And it was the only non-bungalow, I'm pretty sure.
Pretty much. Like, this town was notorious for just not having fucking AC anywhere. Apparently, Chad was just hogging it all.
Man's too powerful.
Yeah, and, like, his parents had bought the house and made him, like, the fucking landlord or whatever. But it had a beautiful backyard. It had a nice balcony. Like,
tiki torches.
Like, it was just such a, man, great house. Loved it. Oh, and his garage was better than our garage.
Oh, way better.
Oh my god, you could fit 2 cars in his garage.
Yeah.
Oh.
So after the house tour, we ended up, playing beer pong, getting shit-faced, doing shit like that, going to the kitchen. Nice. Again, fucking very nice house.
Good.
And then probably
lot
after
of good chunk of people at this party too.
oh god, probably like 150 people, I'd say.
I don't think it was 150.
No, probably 80. Probably 80.
Less than 100, but like above 50.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I was pretty hammered at the time.
Yeah, you're
so
seeing
a lot
like
of it
you're
was...
seeing doubles, right?
Yeah. So after about an hour or so, we end up retiring to the backyard where Aiden is just fucking there, passing out cases of Twisted Tea. We're just shotgunning one after another after another.
Yep.
I end up talking to this girl. Okay, I work on cars for a living.
Baddie.
This one girl is just talking to me.
Sam met
about...
the love of his life and let her walk away.
God, I could have, you know, she could have been my wife.
She could have.
No, I'm just talking to this girl for like a good probably 40 minutes about her car and how she's going on and on and on about how she's a girl, doesn't want to be taken advantage of a mechanic, you know, 100%. I'm, you know, my shops I've been to a sketchy shop and I've been to a very trustworthy shop. The one I'm at now is fucking phenomenal. But I've never been one to charge customers for what they don't want or whatever. So I knew this girl's, you know, struggles or ordeals or whatever, and I'm like, you know, I had a nice chat with her for 30 minutes or so, and then go back to Aiden with the Twisted Teas.
Mm-hmm. Then
it got to a point. Oh,
sorry,
yes,
I just wanted to say, while you guys were shotgunning, what was great was all these cans were being left in the backyard, not by just you guys, but like other people in the party, and like the recycling bin was in the backyard. So, like, Aiden would bring back empties to the beer store, and so he like. I remember him and I just throwing cans over the fence since they lived right next door, just so they could take the fucking empties for themselves and get the money for it.
Goddamn. Yeah, I just remember shotgunning and whipping the fucking can.
Yeah.
But no, so I probably shotgun after a day of day drinking and polishing off all the booze we have and trying to spit fire out of the fucking tiki torches with fucking liquor.
Yeah.
Probably a good 6-7 Twisted Teas were shotgunned in a row by, you know, all of us.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until we were about to leave. I just blacked out. Don't remember anything. Fucking don't remember how I got home. You have told me multiple times how we got home.
You ask me like all the time.
Because I don't believe you. Because this is the first time I ever blacked out. Like, I still freak out about the time when I blacked out. Because I had never experienced it before. I haven't experienced it since. But it's just so... kind of scary that you're in a mindset where you don't know what the fuck you're doing and you don't know what's going on, and you know,
it's terrifying that you have a legit gap in your memory.
Yeah, it's an unaccounted for gap that you could have done literally anything. But yeah, so I don't remember how we got home. It's not really relevant how we got home.
I'll tell you how we got home after you finish.
Okay. So yeah, I come to I gain consciousness in the bedroom when we were just chilling, chatting with Anna. Me, James, and Anna were just chilling and chatting. I'm laying on the ground. I immediately am like, holy fuck! I just gained consciousness, and I'm like, I gotta go puke. Oh. So I'm army crawling out of this fucking room to go to the fucking bathroom. Lock the door behind me because I know how to handle myself when I throw up. I know people will be like, oh, never lock the door or whatever. No. I want the door locked. I don't want people to see me when I'm puking.
Big mistake.
I know what I'm doing. By the time I'm puking, I'm not gonna get any more fucked up. By the time I'm puking, I know I'm good. So, lock the door, start puking, and every fucking like 3 minutes, Dan comes at the door, unlocks it, being like, "Bro, you can't fucking lock the door, bro. We gotta take care of you. I'm just like, man, just get me a water and leave me the fuck alone. And I'm like borderline screaming at this man to lock the fucking door or at least fucking close it. Because now I have a fucking gallery of people staring at me puking. And it's like, man, I just want to be fucking left alone.
Sad Sam.
That was the end of my night. I ended up puking and ended up falling asleep on my fucking army cot.
So, to kind of pick up where you had split off with the shotgunning, everything up to that point we experienced the same. While you were very focused on the shotgunning and talking to the woman of your dreams about cars.
Oh yes, she drove a Ford. It wasn't meant to be.
I remember Anna and I, we were just like shooting vodka, and the tiki torches in the back were like, yo, we're gonna like swig some vodka in our mouth and like spit it out and do like one of those fucking flames, right?
Yeah.
And we had to do a good, like, 5 attempts before we could accomplish it. And I remember Chad just being amazed by this. He was like, guys, like, look at this. No one is paying attention at the party. And we're doing this.
Yeah.
We're just wasting all this fucking vodka. Wasn't our vodka, so I didn't give a shit.
All
And
of our shit was gone.
we're just blowing these, like, fucking fireballs out. That was pretty fun. And then I remember going back in and eventually being reunited with Tom and Ryan. And they're playing beer pong. And
Yeah, just by themselves.
yeah, and joined them. We played that for a little bit. It wasn't too bad. And then it was kind of like, all right, maybe it's time to go. Actually, no, sorry, I forgot one thing. I forgot about me committing a crime this night.
Oh, you're just going to document a crime that you committed?
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically.
It may or may not have happened. But Renee, I remember Renee coming in at one point to this party and, like, kind of was, like, looking around at the house and whatnot, and then came up to me and was like, yo, James, you gotta come back. And at that point, I think I was looking at Dan's tattoo, the finished product. And I go back with Renee, and Renee's like, so there's been this pizza that's just been sitting here for, like, 20 minutes. No one has claimed it. What should I do? I'm like, let's just fucking eat it. So we ate, like, half the pizza. There was, like, I think there were some wings as well. And then there was, like, some like, I don't know, one of those, like, cookie treat things or whatever. I think it was from Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
And eventually I was like, and she's like, I don't want anyone to, like, know that we stole this. I'm like, just throw it in your bag. And later, Aiden is going around the party, and he's like, yo, did anyone eat, like, a Pizza Hut order? And I'm like, oh my fucking god, no. And he's like, yo, James, I'm like, have you seen, and I trust you, bro. I trust you. I know you wouldn't do such a thing. Have you seen anyone with Pizza Hut? I'm like, man, I 100% would tell you if I saw anyone with Pizza Hut. You probably someone at this party. There's a lot of people. They probably just went next door and stole your order. Like, what you order? And he's telling me it's the exact order that I just ate, like, fucking 30 minutes ago. I'm like,
God.
Oh man. I'm like, hey, that sucks, man. Yeah. I hope you find who did it. Like, I hope they pay you back.
It sounded pretty tasty, bro.
Like, it sounded real good. Yeah.
Was it real good?
It was. After I learned it was Aiden's, it tasted even better. And so how we all got home, was at this point, there were some other people that were coming back to my house, where Renee and I lived, that were going to hang out with us. So Renee's car was back at the house, but obviously Renee is at the fucking garage in Chad's house, and the car is back at our house. So these friends, my one friend, not James, fuck am I saying? I was definitely not fucking driving. Fucking
pulling a Sam.
Fuck yeah, talk. Jesse.
Johnny. Jesse. Whatever, you fucking did.
Fuck, it's good. Just doing characters.
God, it's hard to remember.
Had pulled up in Renee's car and drove us all back, but he had to do it in, like, 3 waves because, like, there's so many people coming back.
Yeah.
So the first time it was me, Renee. I think it was no, it wasn't you the first time, because fucking Anna brought her dog in the car. So you couldn't fit another person in, and then had to go back for you, Dan, Ryan, and Tom. But because Renee had to stay. I don't know. Honestly, I was the first wave. I didn't care. I called dibs on the first ride, the first shuttle back to the house, and then from there was the French brothers, and, like, Jesse and a few others, and then we were kind of drinking for a bit. And then, that's when the incident happened of you go throw up. And then it was Operation fucking Save Sam, even though he's screaming on the other end of the door saying, please, don't open the door.
Fucking stop.
Fucking Rainbow C6 just busting in. And I remember me
man.
being in with you at one point and telling everyone to fuck off. I'm like, here's your bottle of water. I'm like, are you okay?
Thank
And
you.
you're like,
I'm
I'm
fine.
fine. And I'm like, please, just don't lock the door. And you're like, I can, and you're trying to justify this to me, and you're drunk. And you're like, I'm an adult. And I'm just, no. Like, just don't lock the door because fucking Dan's gonna come back and fucking unlock it.
He's gonna pick the lock. Man, he picked the lock how many fucking times?
He like was like, "Where's a pen? Where's a pen? I need a pen to unlock this door." Like, so yeah, that was the Canada Day Chad party. That was honestly that was a pretty good night.
That was a pretty good night. I had a great time. Even though I blacked out and fucking ended up throwing up. It's not a good night until you throw up, you know?
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the spins and throwing up.
As soon as I throw up, I'm good. I don't spin anymore. I'm good.
Yeah, but I've definitely gone to bed a couple times with my vomit just all over my floor, and I'm like too drunk to clean it up. And I just fall asleep, and I wake up to the smell of my fucking stale-ass vomit in my room.
Yeah. Thankfully, I never had that experience.
I've experienced it at least 3 times now.
I think the moral of the story here is drinking alcohol provides you with good times, and never anything bad happens.
Questionable. Questionable indeed.
I think the moral of the story here is that everyone should try Hawaiian hitters.
I think the moral of the story here is everyone needs a good drinking story.
Of course.
The more drinking stories you have, the better.
The cooler you are.
Maybe not the cooler, because as you get older and the more that these stories become frequent, the more you're like, man, I am just a raging alcoholic.
I need to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, I think that wraps it up for our little part 2.
I think so too.
Well, I know you're pretty tired, so
I'm probably gonna pass out. Yeah.
I hope you have a great night.
I hope we're not hungover.
I don't think we'll be too hungry.